Cha-cha-cha. All right. Welcome to the technical difficulties show. This is not the plump. This is something else. This is I don't have to work tomorrow and I don't have to do anything. I don't have anything going on right now because it's 11 o'clock at night. I don't feel like going to bed yet. Maybe I'll stay up for another hour and watch some stupid shit. So maybe you can share it with me, or you can watch with me. I figured tonight would be a good night to watch a bunch of employee training videos. We're going to start off with Wendy's. So if you guys want to jump in, that's great. If not, that's great. You can go back and watch the VOD. Either way. I'm going to have some fun tonight, at least for another hour. You want to jump in the chat? Watch along with me. You know, who knows? So let's start off here. This is Wendy's grill skills. I've seen this before, but it's been a long time.
Grill skill.
Hi, I'm Wendy.
It's Dave Thomas doing something dirty in the walk-in freezer.
Wendy's founder, Dave Thomas. From the day I opened the first Wendy's, my goal has been to serve the best hamburger in the business. A Wendy's
The business, because Dave Thomas is a businessman.
old-fashioned hamburger. So I started with the freshest beef I could find, 100% pure beef, never frozen. And we patted it into squares.
I'm pretty sure they don't do that now.
So the hamburger hangs over the side of the bun. Then we cooked the patty slowly to seal in its natural juices and served it hot off the grill with the customer's choice of toppings.
And then I put my natural juices on it.
No other hamburger chain can make those claims. That's what sets us apart from our competition. And that's why our customers come to Wendy's. I believe the only way to make a Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger is to press the meat patty. Pressing the meat patty is really important, and here's why. The patty tastes better because the salt is pressed into the meat and makes the meat more tender. It
Watch as I press my meat patty.
also makes the patty larger, so they'll hang over the edge of the bun, and people will like that. Pressing the hamburger patty requires skill and dedication. You have to watch over the patties constantly as they cook. You should always serve a perfect Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger, the one that you would serve to your best friend. You have one of the most important jobs at Wendy's. Right now, I want you to devote your full attention to learning the new four-corner.
This is when Wendy's was still kind of like a. Wendy's was kind of it was kind of a more upscale fast food restaurant in the 80s and 90s. You know, like you're like, oh, going to Wendy's, huh? Well.
Press procedures for cooking Wendy's
Not so much now. It's just greasy fucking slop now, like everything else.
old-fashioned hamburgers. And while you're doing that, I am going to have a hot and juicy hamburger with mustard, pickle, and onion.
And Wendy's always put mayo on their burgers, which that was like the first time I ever had a burger with mayo on it was Wendy's. Jury's still out on whether or not I like that. That was dirty.
Hey, Greg, what's up? Not much. Mary's up front. She wants to see you. All right.
Hi, Bill.
Hey.
Seasonings and vegetables. Make sure you stir them in 15 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, Mary, what's up?
I'm gonna pull you off fries today because I want you to learn grill. Have you clocked in?
Yeah.
Let's get started. You're familiar with the grill, but let me show you a few things you might not already know.
Oh, those fucking Wendy's ties.
The meat is here in the cold well, and the cheese is over here. Bun warmer up above keeps the buns warm and fresh. Remember, we serve 100% pure ground beef. It's patted into squares so that the meat hangs over the bun. Now the tape
Yeah, I know. Fucking Dave Thomas told us.
I'm going to show you. Here's a crew guide and the grill training tape. Why don't you have a look at the tape
That's our air conditioning / television mount.
first, and I'll check back with you in a few minutes.
All right.
What the? The Duke of the Grill. And you're about to learn some grill skills. So let's get busy now. Come on, let's go.
It's the best part right here.
Now working the grill, Bill, it ain't so tough. But first of all, you got to check your stuff. Like a grill that's set at 250 with the meat and cheese that's ready to go. A towel to keep your station looking cool. But most of all, you got to have your tool.
Whip it out, Bill.
Are you with me now? Get ready. We're gonna lay them down. Now, beets got grain to it just like wood. You got to follow the arrow to lay it down like you should. From the front to the back, you got to lay it down. Space it evenly, not scattered around. Next, you got to salt the meat from the back to the front to make the taste complete. Not too little, not too much. With a little finesse, you'll get the touch.
That was just right.
What's coming up next is our key to success. We'll turn the meat and do a 4-corner press. Don't wait too long, I emphasize, or the meat won't reach the proper size. When
You get... Yeah.
things start to sizzle, you're ready to go. Gently turn the meat, but don't
I'm just not quick enough, man. I'm trying to think of some fly rap lyrics, and I can't.
be slow. Just turn them over easily. We don't want a broken patty, that's a guarantee. Press out the corners 1, 2, 3, 4. Rock it a bit.
What is that fucking... What is the fat content on that? Is it like... Is it like 30-70?
Are you keeping score? Top and bottom, left and right, and you'll get a patty that's out of sight. Press out the corners
Not 70-30, which is bad enough.
nice and wide, at least half an inch on both sides. The reason you press, you gotta think, when the meat hits the grill, it starts to shrink.
We start shrinking when we hit that
See, I almost think I should go back and watch this again on Saturday night, because you guys will be fucking screen slutting this shit.
grill. You know it will. We start shrinking when we hit that grill. You know it will.
When you see red juices on the top of the meat, it's time to give the turn
Look at all that fucking fat.
and press a repeat. Do it again just like you did before. Do the 4-corner press just one time more.
He flips it over and even more shit comes off it.
Now once you press this the second time, don't press them again because the meat's just
You're in a perfectly good gold-plated spatula.
fine. But when you see red juices rise, turn the patty over to the other side. Don't scrape the grill, we want it wet, you see. And keep the meat moist so it's hot and juicy.
Just like your bitch.
When the meat's red juices no longer rise, you can serve that patty, it'll win a prize. It takes about 4 minutes to cook, but just to make sure you can have a look. Use your tool and double check, it should be gray and moist to be
Man, with as thin as that those fuckers are, those things should cook up in like 2 seconds.
correct. And on this place, you're ready to go. Drain the meat, just like so. Once the draining is totally done,
It's going to take longer to drain the shit fat off of that than it is to cook it.
place the patty squarely on the heel of that bun. Now there you go, Billy, you give it a shot. Don't be afraid, I think you're gonna be hot.
Where do I start? What do I do?
Just remember the rap, Billy, and you'll be cool.
Don't get fired, bitch.
Well, Meat's got grain to it.
Just like wood.
Follow the arrows.
Lay it down like you should.
I put your dick on it.
From front to back. Lay it down.
Space it evenly, not scattered all around.
Next, I've got to salt the meat.
From the back to the front, it makes the taste complete.
Not too little.
Not too much.
With the little finesse, I think I'm getting the touch.
Hey, when things start to sizzle, you're ready to go.
Gently turn the meat, but don't be slow.
Just turn them over easily.
We don't want a broken patty.
That's a guarantee.
Now put it in your pants and jump for glee.
Press them now, right?
Top and bottom, left and right.
Press out the corners nice and wide, about half an inch on every side.
Try choking up a bit
Every side. Choke up a bit on that shit.
on the spatula.
Don't fuck up my gold spatula, motherfucker.
Hey, all right. Okay, what's next?
I can't. Those are such thin pieces of meat, and there's much fucking fat just gushing out of those things.
Let me see. I've salted, turned, pressed. Oh yeah. When you see red juices on the top of the meat, it's time to give them a turn, then press a repeat. Do it again just like you did it before. Do the four-corner press just one time more. Once you press it the second time, don't press it again, because the meat's just fine.
But when you see those juices rise,
You can turn that patty to the other side. Don't scrape the grill, we want it wet, you see?
it keeps the meat moist so it's hot and juicy.
And when the
Juicy.
red juices no longer rise, you can serve that patty. It'll win a
Prize.
It takes just about 4 minutes too.
Cook,
But just to make sure, you can take a
look,
use your tool to double check.
it should be great and moist to be correct. Hey!
Shit.
When an order's placed, you're ready to go. Just drain the meat.
Just like so.
Then when all the draining's done, you can place a patty squarely on the heel of the bun.
All right.
All right, Whitey. Don't try to get too hip on us now.
Hi, Billy. That's good. You're getting it down just like I knew you would. But just to be sure, there's still some more.
A customer orders a single with cheese. Here's the way you do it if you wanna please. Lay down the cheese in a juicy spot, but don't leave it too long or it'll get too hot. Tool it up, lay it off on the meat. Do it right, keep it neat. Drain then serve on a bun just so. Don't touch it with your fingers, that's a big...
Yeah, you're right. Maybe they did need to give the big extra large cups of beef grease. Could you imagine those traps after like just an hour?
No. To make a double cheese for someone big and mean, use two or full patties with the cheese in between. Don't melt the cheese, the patties have heat. Press them together and it's complete. Drain and serve like you did before, and you can handle any dude who walks through the door. If they don't want cheese in your doubles plain, don't press them together, just drain. Only serve a great looking patty. Never serve a burger that's looking ratty. But if something goes wrong and your burger's not right, there's no need to get uptight. If the dry burnt, broken, or incomplete, that baby turns into chili meat. Don't serve that meat.
Don't serve the chili meat. That was when Wendy's had good chili. I don't know if they still do.
Because quality is our recipe. Put those patties in a chili pan and save them for all of our chili fans. But if they have cheese, then throw them away or it'll ruin our chili. Our experts say,
I'll take it.
always try to anticipate, think ahead, or you'll be too late. Whether busy or slow, one thing remains the same. Keep your meat in the stages, that's the name of the game. No less than 4, no more than 5. Stage of meat's important and that's no jab. Now your patties are hot and ready to go. Right in time with customer flow.
Stage 1, I'm raw, you just laid me down. I'm stage 2 and I'm getting brown. You turn me and press me
That's right. Work me, impress me. I'm getting brown.
just one time, but there's
Getting wet.
2 more stages before I'm fine. I'm stage 3.
Pop that pussy.
You press me twice, just one more stage before I'm nice. Stage 4, I'm hot, I should be done. Looking good like I should so you can serve me, son. I'm stage 5 and I'm still alive. But serve me soon and don't be slow. I've only got 1 minute to go.
I'm stage 6. You waited too long. You fucked up the burger. Now wrap it around your dong.
The projection game is simple, you see. It's just common sense. That's the way it ought to be. When you know a lot of people will be coming around, don't hesitate. Start laying them down. When things slack off, do the same or you'll be wasting meat, and that would be a shame. Just one last thing I've got to say. It has to do with the Wendy's way.
Always serve top quality, nothing less than the best, that's a guarantee.
Remember this rap and you'll be hot. Give the grill your very best shot, and soon you develop some real grill skill. You'll be tough on the grill, yes you will. Mr. Bill.
Bill, the tape is over. Do you have any questions?
No,
Yeah, can I pop your meat?
I think I've got it all.
Good. Then let's go up to the front line.
That fucking VCR, man. What's up with that?
And I'll get
That combo.
you started.
And they formed a very strong bond together, Bill and his manager. She asked him if he could pop her beef pussy, and he gladly obliged.
It's looking real good. I think you got a handle on it.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you.
Stay.
You know, it's an old-fashioned hamburger, just like this one,
Why does he say old-fashioned?
that keeps our customers coming back to Wendy's. But cooking and pressing our hamburgers isn't easy. It requires a special talent, which takes some practice to develop.
Yeah, they they were like two patties pressed together. Oh, man. You had to drain that shit.
Every hamburger you serve our customers should be the best in the business.
Dave Thomas, businessman. I'm telling you, man, if I got a job at Wendy's and this shit was going on my first day, I would have just turned around and fucking left.
I won't get burned in the rush because I don't give up. When you're feeling the heat, I got just what you need. I've got grill skill. It takes nerves of steel. When you got orders to fill, you need the one with the grill skill.
When I'm turning and pressing,
Press that meat.
I'm doing it right. It's always good to perfection.
Is that fucking Robert Englund?
Gotta keep the team tight. I've got grill skill. It takes nerves of steel.
See that shit?
When you got orders to fill, look to the one with the grill skill.
I've got you covered when they're lined out the door. When you get hit real hard.
Okay, first off, this is false. There's never this many fucking people working there at one time.
I said bring on some more. I've got grill skill.
They're like, all right, we're going to need everybody to come in today because we're filming a stupid fucking video for the company. As soon as it's over, like 2/3 of you are going to leave because my labor costs are going to be through the roof otherwise.
It takes nerves of steel when you got orders to fill. Come to the one with the grill skill, grill skill. It takes nerves of steal. When you got orders to fill.
They focus on that one chick a lot because she's kind of pretty. They're like, oh, we found a pretty one. I know, 58% labor.
You need the one with the grill skill.
Fucking porno Police Academy 4 sax solo here. You know, I'm not like a big, connoisseur of sax solos, but that was fucking dog shit. Oh, Grill Skill, Wendy's Music International. I wonder what other albums they released. Right? They got like a box set. Well, actually, there are some more Wendy's songs. We got Grill Skills. And then I think we got hot drinks too, don't we? Oh, we got KFC. We got all kinds of stuff. Let's do the Wendy's shit. Since we're on the Wendy's. Yeah, let's do hot drinks and cold drinks. This song is catchy, actually.
Coffee, decaf, tea, and hot chocolate. Those are the hot drinks that you serve, so get set. Hot cups come in two sizes, small and large to fill as the need arises. Coffee's holding time is 30 minutes, that's so long. It can stay there before it starts to taste too strong. Hot, careful when you pour it. Hold it steady upon the counter. Let it sit. Pour it in until the coffee reaches the line.
Don't be burning no old white bitches' crotches. Oh, you'll get sued and fired.
Pop a top on it, gets a lid every time. Wendy's coffee tastes so fine. Hot drinks really get you going. Warms you up when you feel you're slow.
This guy's really putting in the effort, though. I gotta give him. He's really feeling it here for the hot drinks.
Wendy's, we always serve it right away. Have a smile and have a nice day. Next is the cafe brew, it's just like coffee. Use the orange pot, it makes it easier to see. But if you're using the packets in your
I switched to Sanka, so I have a heart.
store, put it in the small cup and furthermore, add hot water up to the line and stir it in. Put a lid on and serve it on a tray again. Get a small cup when you're ready for hot tea. Fill with hot water, it's easy as can be. Put the lid on and set the tea bag on the top.
Let them motherfuckers make their own goddamn tea themselves.
They want lemon, it's very nice. Don't think twice, give the guests a juicy slice. Hot drinks really get you going.
But no more than one, because if they ask for two, they're a fucking communist.
Warms you up when you feel you're slowing. Wendy's, we always serve it right away. And a smile and have a nice day. Grab a small cup when you're making hot cocoa. Pour the packet and then you add your H2O. Use a clean spoon and
So it's just some bullshit Swiss Miss mix that you can just get anywhere? Wow.
stir it till it's all mixed up. Toss the spoon out and put the lid on the cup. Things are really looking up. Hot drinks really get you going. Warms you up when you feel you're slowing. Wendy's, we always serve it right away. And a smile and have a nice day. Nice day.
Yeah, this one is lame. This white chick, she kind of tries to do like a Paula Abdul thing, and it's just, yeah, like Paula Ab don't.
Drinks, cold,
Are you ready? Here we go. Soft drinks, lemonade, water, cold tea. It's up to you, it's up to me. Cold drinks come in 4 cups. Gotta know the size before you fill it up. Biggie, medium, small, kids meal. Keep it straight, it's a good deal. Use.
Wait, this was back when, remember, these were the days when it was like, if you asked for like a large, this was the large, right? And you asked for like a medium, you'd get like this. Now you ask for a medium, you get like this. You get a biggie. That's a medium now. If you ask for a large, it's like a conga drum of soda.
Use the scoop to fill with ice. Never use the cup, take my advice. For soft drinks, fill the ice halfway. No matter the size, that's what I say. Tilt the cup and push against the lever. Keeps the foam down now, isn't that clever? If there's still foam, let it settle down. Don't pour it off, or your boss will frown. When you reach a 1/4 inch from the top, that's where
I don't think the boss is watching. Go ahead and give him a little more.
you wanna stop. If the customers say they wanna stay, put the drink on the left-hand side of the tray. If the order's to go, put the lid on tight. Make sure it pops to do it right. Then hand that drink to the coordinator and tell the guest you'll see him later.
Don't forget to smile when you serve cold drinks. Always say thank you to the guest. You're the one that can make the difference.
For lemonade, things stay the same, half full with ice. I said it again, fill the juice to a 1/4 inch from the top, just like you did the pop. Water is a courtesy to our guests. Use a small cup, you know the rest. Now it's time to serve cold tea, but the ice is different. Listen carefully. Instead of half full, fill it all the way up.
That way you can rip them off and
To
shit.
the top of the cup, add the tea, and if they ask for lemon, put it here. Now that's a given. Cold drinks, that's all there is to it. Go ahead.
I got a really juicy Paul Abdul story. I'm pretty sure my old guitar teacher, who you actually know banged her like 2 years ago before she started American Idol. Really? I mean, Paul Abdul was pretty fine back in the day, man. So that's good for them.
And try, I know you can do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go back to our KFC thing then. I haven't seen these. Cooking procedure.
That's good chicken.
Thanks.
That cook just prepared a tray of excellent Kentucky
Suck a dick.
Fried Chicken. It was golden brown, just the way our customers like it. Our customers expect to get this kind of chicken every time they visit a Kentucky Fried Chicken store. You've seen the care we take to warm up the raw chicken properly and to coat the chicken with the Colonel's 11 herbs.
I haven't seen any of this.
And spices. We take the same amount of pride and care when cooking Kentucky Fried Chicken. By following every step of the cooking procedure, exactly the way I'm about to show you.
I don't know if KFC, I don't even remember if KFC was any better back then, because it's terrible now. Last time I had it, it was dog shit.
You will learn to cook excellent chicken every time. I'm going to be using this cooker. It's been warmed up according to procedure. First, I will be loading the chicken into the cooker. Then I'm going to brown the chicken. After the chicken is browned to the correct color, I will close the lid and set the timer to pressure cook the chicken for 8 minutes. After the chicken is cooked,
is that like, what is that in the background? Is that like frying noise?
I will vent the machine, open the lid, and remove the cooked chicken onto a tray. Then I'll spread the pieces of chicken on the tray. Now, I will be showing you the utensils we will be using during the cooking process and where they are located for efficiency. This is the hook.
We use this on our employees. Just wanted to show it to you.
Over here is the scraper. Here are the cloths we'll be working with. And these are the tongs.
No shit.
Now this is the tumbler. It sits in the middle of the basket, and after the chicken has been loaded and browned, the tumbler is then removed to separate the pieces that may have been stuck together.
We'll load the chicken. After we've loaded the chicken, we'll prepare to fire.
Now over here is an example of two pieces of chicken that have remained stuck together during the cooking process. Proper removal of the tumbler would have separated these pieces.
But now this chicken is no good.
Because these pieces were not separated, this is the result. White
Oh, God, no, the horror.
spots. As you can see, the appearance of this cooked chicken is unacceptable. We cannot sell this chicken to our customers.
I'll take it. I mean, well, I don't know. Is it if it's good?
Now let's start the cooking process. First, I put the tumbler in place by lowering it into the middle of the basket.
Well, pack the chicken tightly. Or is he removing it?
So that it stands straight up. Next, I will set the timer to the start
The countdown timer.
to heat up the shortening. When the proper cooking temperature of 375 degrees has been reached,
The chicken will be ready for firing. All we have to do is find our target and launch.
the heat light will go out. Now when the heat light goes out, we want to have our breaded chicken.
Yeah, did you hear that? When our heat light goes out. Fucking Canadians making our Kentucky Fried Chicken. What has this country come to? We used to be a proper country.
Ready to load. So I'm going to start breading the chicken now. Now when you place your tray of breaded chicken on the cooker table, make sure there are no other trays under it. This will prevent any of the flour from the breaded chicken contaminating the tray that is going to receive the cooked chicken.
Oh, I'm sure you would know, Steve. Where are you from, Steve? Fucking Ottawa? Or, what's the other one? Saugatuck or whatever?
The heat light has just gone out, which means the shortening temperature is at 375 degrees. There's a very important point to keep in mind here. Never load chicken into the cooker until the heat light has gone out. Before I load the chicken
I want to load the chicken because I want to see how, yeah, I'm ready for battle.
into the cooker, I will once again reset the timer to the start. This is to prevent the machine shutting off during browning. Let's begin to load our chicken. I'll be shaking the excess flour from each piece before I load it into the cooker.
Shake it,
We
Steve.
always load the legs first. I pick up 4 legs in each hand by the bone end firmly with my
Shake it.
fingertips. I then lower the legs a
That was not a vigorous shaking, Steve.
half inch into the hot shortening and hold them there for 10 seconds. This is called searing. The reason we sear the legs is to prevent the meat from drying out and to give the legs a better finished appearance. I then spin the legs as I release them. Now let's load the remaining pieces.
Remember that, spin the legs.
I pick up 2 pieces at a time, 1 in each hand, and shake off the excess flour. Notice how close the pieces are to the surface of the shortening before I release them. This is to reduce splashing. You'll also notice I load the basket.
You want all the splash. You want to take that chicken, you want to stand on the other side of the room and like fucking hook shot that shit right in the fryer.
Working from the back of the cooker towards the front. This is to spread the pieces out in the basket. It's important to spread the pieces in the basket.
Make sure to skyhook all the breasts into the fryer.
So that each piece of chicken comes in contact with the hot shortening. This will allow each piece of chicken to brown properly while it's cooking.
Yeah.
Now that the chicken is browning in the cooker, I'm going to return the tray to the breading table and wash my hands.
No, that's where the flavor is. Don't wash it off. But first I'm going to go to the bathroom and not wash my hands. All right.
Before I can close the lid, the chicken has to be browned
He didn't wash his hands.
to the correct color. To help us do this, we use this color guide so that our...
Oh, see, there's the color guide. So you know chicken section number 3 is the proper shade of brown. And I believe, what is this here? This is a chicken forearm.
finished product looks
Chicken shin.
like this. It's been approximately 1.5 minutes. I'm going to check the chicken to see how close it is to the correct color. I do this by lifting the basket out of the hot shortening with the hook, just enough to expose the top pieces of chicken. I can see that it has not yet been browned to the correct color. This chicken will
That looks like shit.
require more time to brown properly. Visual inspection is important because we cannot time the browning process. The browning time will vary due to the condition of the shortening, the accuracy of the cooking temperature, and the weight of the breaded chicken. Remember,
He kind of looks like Tim Conway a little bit. He's like Tim Conway's illegitimate Canadian son.
the only way to know for sure if browning has been completed is to visually inspect the chicken. So when you're learning how to cook chicken, use the color guide and check the chicken closely to avoid over browning. Let's take another look at the chicken.
Dude, it's been in there for like 2 seconds.
This chicken is now browned to the correct color.
It is?
So the browning process is now complete. The next 5 steps have to be performed quickly. First, I remove the tumbler. Using a cloth, place both hands on top of the tumbler and give a hard, straight, upward tug,
yank
and then
it good.
pull the tumbler
There you
straight
go.
up to completely tumble the chicken. It's important not to push down on the tumbler, as the prongs will tear the skin and damage the pieces in the basket. Using the hook, I then shake the basket to redistribute the pieces.
Put the fucking chicken in the basket.
To avoid white spots. Make sure that all the pieces are below the oil. Now I can close the lid.
This is horrifying. Oh, no. Yeah, see, now they're getting the pressure going. This is when they're getting ready to fire. Ready for launch.
The cooking time is 8 minutes, so I immediately set the timer to the 8-minute mark. This chicken is now being pressure cooked for 8 minutes. When the cooking cycle is completed, the machine will automatically vent to
Really?
release the pressure.
Oh, check it out, guys. Ian posted this. This is James Brown's 1992 Mercedes-Benz. And it comes with a James Brown signed guitar. He didn't play guitar, but okay. This 92 Mercedes-Benz was originally owned by James Brown through 2002 before being passed on to his granddaughter, showing 3 owners and 176,000 miles from new. Is there anything special about it? I mean, aside from the fact that James Brown owned it, you couldn't pay me to buy an old fucking Mercedes from the 90s, but yeah. How much is it? What's it going for? Current bid $2,500. Good God.
I'm going to place the cooked chicken on this tray.
This is a procedure for a restaurant that has 3 visitors a day. I know. It's taken him like an hour to cook literally like a bucket of chicken.
You can hear this machine is automatically venting. The heat light has just
You could probably find some old PCP, some old angel dust in the seat cushions.
come back on to indicate that the shortening is being reheated for the next round of cooking. Over here on the timer, we can see the vent line. Now when the vent line is straight up, I will be ready to manually assist venting the cooker. I will do this by gradually depressing the lid lock and holding it down until the timer reaches a star and most of the pressure is released. I will then be able to safely open the lid. Now that the vent line is straight up, I can now release the remaining pressure until the timer reaches a star.
Man, I've already forgot everything. I wouldn't last long at my job at KFC. You want to make sure that all the pressure is released out of there before you open that shit. Dave Conway.
Now I can safely open the lid. Quickly return the lid to the upright position and remove the chicken from the shortening. Let the basket drain on the liner for 5 seconds. To empty the basket, use a cloth to hold the handle and put the hook in the bottom of the basket. Then empty the chicken out onto the tray.
The chicken out. Get that chicken out of there.
Then place the basket back into the cooker. Now during the cooking process, moisture collects.
You might find like a random fried squirrel or some sort of woodland creature. That's okay. It's normal.
On the lid. Wipe this moisture so that it does not go back into the shortening. Water breaks down shortening. Now I'll use a scraper to remove the crust ring from inside the liner.
Oh man, I can't tell you how many times I've had to remove the crust ring.
It's important to remove this crust ring so that it does not burn in the shortening. Since I'm not going to cook again, I'm going to turn my machine off. This will avoid reheating the cooker unnecessarily. The next step is to spread these pieces out. This is called racking. There are some important points to keep in mind when racking the chicken on the tray. When handling the pieces with the tongs, be careful not to damage the skin. In order to allow each piece to drain properly, place the pieces bone side down.
Bone side down.
When racking the legs,
lay them bones down.
Tilt the bone end of the leg on another piece. This is so the leg drains properly. With the wings, rack the wing with the wing tip up.
This is fascinating and horrifying. Oh, good God. So clearly we haven't added the 11 herbs and spices yet.
Let's compare it to our color guide.
You hate watching things that make me empathetic. Yeah, this will do it, man.
Our cooked chicken.
Oh, color guide. Yeah, we're definitely in Canada with that U there in color. And I see the chicken clavicle is the proper color.
Is the same color as the finished product on the color guide. Now the chicken can be taken to the warming cabinet where it will be stored.
Ah. I think we could all use a warming cabinet.
Thanks.
Fuck off.
Well, that's how you cook Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Wait, now I gotta go back and do that. I gotta do that proper.
Thanks.
Fuck off!
Well, that's how you cook Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now let's take a moment to review the critical standards for the cooking procedure.
Let's not, Dave.
Load the chicken after the heat light goes out at the proper cooking temperature of 375 degrees.
Set the coordinates for where the chicken is going to hit its target.
Make sure there are no other trays on the cooking table when loading breaded chicken. Sear the skin on the legs for 10 seconds. Load the chicken one piece.
Yeah, Hitler was a vegan before it was cool.
In each hand. Distribute the pieces evenly in the basket. Brown the chicken to the color indicated on the color guide. Pull straight up to remove the tumbler. Do not push down. The cooking time for Kentucky Fried Chicken is 8 minutes. Remove the chicken quickly from the shortening. Wipe moisture from
Right, does he talk about the crust ring?
The lid. The cooked chicken must be the same color indicated on the guide. In addition,
he didn't mention the crust ring. Ah, Dave. Come on, man, get it together.
From the shortening. Wipe moisture from the lid. The cooked chicken must be the same color indicated on the guide. In addition to these critical standards, I always keep the following safety points in mind when cooking chicken. Hold the pieces close to the surface of the shortening before releasing them to reduce splashing.
Make sure you do it barehanded. Make sure the tips of your fingers go into the shortening.
Ensure the lid is properly closed and locked in place. Ensure excess pressure is released before opening the lid.
Now you're ready for launch.
Maintain the proper level of shortening in the cooker to avoid possible fires. Use a dry cloth when handling the lid, the tumbler, and the cooker basket. You know, as a cook, you have one of the most important jobs in a Kentucky Fried Chicken store. Our business depends on the quality of chicken you produce. By following the procedure exactly as I have demonstrated it for you in this tape, you will produce excellent Kentucky Fried Chicken every time.
Thank you, Dave Conway, son of Tim.
Now go ask your manager to demonstrate this procedure for you, and then you'll have an opportunity to practice it.
Holy shit. Fire him immediately. Okay, so we got Pizza Hut training from 1988. I worked at Pizza Hut, not in 1988, but I don't even remember what the employee training video was. The making of a pizza.
Okay, Julie, are you all ready to learn how to make a
Oh, it got scripted actors here.
pizza the right way?
Making it great. Yes, I'm ready. Are we going to cook pizzas now?
Well, there's a lot
She's just slap her right there. Of course we're not doing that yet.
more to it than just cooking. In fact, that's probably the easiest part. But let's start this process at the beginning. First of all, are your hands washed?
Sure are.
Good, mine too. All right, let's say an order for a pizza comes in. You'll read it and you'll get started on the pizza making process right away. You have to act fast. Just think, the sooner you get that pizza in the oven, the sooner our customers will be biting into it and tasting how delicious it is.
And they'll have me to thank.
That's right. Because we're not
Don't get cocky.
just making pizza. We're creating an experience for our customers. Think of it as making pizza that makes customers happy.
I like that.
Our customers expect the same high-quality product and service every time they come to a Pizza Hut. And that's true whether it's a busy Friday evening or a quiet Tuesday afternoon. Our job is to make sure they're never disappointed.
I won't let them down.
I do remember these things in the back. These things were to make the personal pan pizzas. Like you had the dough in the personal pan and it was like a stamper. You just pushed it down and it made a little indentation in the dough.
Okay, let's say the first order we get is for a medium pan pizza with pepperoni and green pepper. This is it's where we keep the proof.
Oh, they cut. Did she just? No, she did. Listen, they cut the word out.
It's where
she said this is that's called the retarder. And they cut out the word retarder.
we keep the proof dough until we're ready to use it. So we take out a medium pan prepared by our dough master. And
I'm the dough master.
We check it for quality. Now this one looks...
I suspect the dough master is a very unsavory character. I'd like to see the dough master in this video, but I don't think we will.
It's good. See,
I
if
think
the
he's more inappropriate than the retarder is.
dough weren't right, if it was stuck to the separator, or it was too flat, or it had air bubbles in it, then the finished pizza wouldn't be right.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times we had dough that looked like that, and they're like, just fucking make it work.
And our customers wouldn't get the best possible product.
Which they deserve every time they visit Pizza Hut.
Right.
Shut up.
So, if the dough isn't exactly right, we throw it out and we get another one that is. Now, pan pizza is easy to top. First, we start with the sauce, and you get the right amount from
Saucing.
the spec chart. We go to this chart that says bottom, sauce, and cheese. And we go down to where
Oh, nobody wants to be a bottom sauce. Everyone wants to be a top sauce.
it says sauce, and we see that a small gets 1 level spoon, a medium gets 2 spoons, and a large gets 3 spoons. So, what do?
2 spoons?
Right. Now, we keep our sauce right here with our other refrigerated items. We keep this lid closed, except for when we're making a pizza. First, spread the sauce to within 1/4 to 1/2 inch of the edge. Now, for a medium pan pizza, 2 spoons equals 5 ounces. Be sure not to pour the sauce onto the center of the dough, and don't press down with the spoon, because that could cause the pizza to be undercooked.
It seems easy enough.
It is.
But it isn't, bitch.
Just be sure to do it exactly this way every time. Any variance wouldn't be making it great. Now, on our pizzas,
That must have been the marketing slogan at the time, making it great. I don't remember.
we use 2 layers of cheese. The bottom cheese.
And the top cheese, right?
Right. Since we measure the cheese, we'll just calibrate the scale with this bowl on it. Just put a clean bowl on the scale, zero it out, and then you're ready to go. That way, we can leave the bowl on the scale and only measure what's in it.
That makes sense.
Now,
See, when I went there, we didn't even fuck around with this shit. They had like pre-measured cups. You know, like cup, like this is how much. If they want like just sausage and not extra sausage, you just put it. Use this cup. Like it was all pre-measured out. It was bullshit.
we'll put some cheese in the bowl, and we'll measure it out to the proper weight according to the spec chart.
Let's see. Bottom cheese, medium pizza.
Good.
All I remember was that one time I walked out with a whole case of wings. One time. I think the statute of limitations is up on that one.
Now we'll measure out the exact amount and then place the cheese on top of the sauce. Again, starting at the outside and working toward the center.
That doesn't look too hard.
It's not. Just
It's going to take her like a month to get all the cheese on that pizza.
remember to spread the cheese evenly and try not to go beyond the sauce, because that would burn and look bad.
We wouldn't want that.
Now, this order is for
Oh, that got filled up quick.
a medium pan pizza with pepperoni and green pepper. So what do we put on first?
I don't know. Oh, I look on the spec chart, right?
Right.
Let's see. Medium pizza,
No, you're fired.
pepperoni. 2 columns, single and multiple. Which do I look under?
Well, the single column is for single topping pizzas, like a medium pepperoni pizza. And the multiple column is for pizzas with multiple ingredients, like the one we're making.
Okay, let's see. Here it is.
Pepperoni and canned bacon. Medium. So they get 24 pieces.
I'll let you do this part. What does that mean?
Here, I'll
I don't know how to count.
show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Notice how I started at the outside and worked my way towards the center, placing the pepperoni evenly.
Got it. Green pepper's next?
Yes? Did you look at the spec chart?
Uh-huh. Do I measure into here?
Yes.
Wrong. It's like the McLaughlin group for pizza, though. Do I put it in here? Wrong. Now
Now
much
what?
you're fired.
Good. Now, place the green pepper on the pizza, starting at the outside and working your way towards the center. Just like I did with the sauce and the cheese and the pepperoni. That's good. Place them as evenly as you can. That's good. We're always careful to avoid...
I mean, this pizza looks... I mean, I know it's not cooked, but it looks fucking awful so far.
center loading the topping because it could cause the pizza to be undercooked in the middle.
I wouldn't want that if it was my pizza.
Yeah. Eat it now.
What's next?
Well, there are 2 more ingredients. The top cheese.
And lima beans. What the fuck is this shit?
And the world-famous fairy dust.
Whoa, fairy dust?
That's right. Pizza Hut fairy dust. It's just a little magic ingredient that we have for making it great.
Okay.
You'll see. All right, for the top cheese, how much do we need?
If you tell anybody what it is, I'll fucking break your goddamn neck.
Let's see. Here it is. Can I do it?
Sure.
Look at that look on her face. She's like, I'm going to slap this bitch.
Okay. I spread the cheese over
Oh
the top
my
of
God.
everything else, but not on the edge.
Yeah, if they get like one order every 4 hours, they could keep up with this. Holy shit. This is not even distribution of the green pepper. What is this?
The pizza.
Right.
Lesbian pollen. Oh.
How's that?
That's good. Now we'll...
This is like a good. It is kind of like a good setup for a porn movie. I mean, the VHS quality, you know, really lends to the authenticity of it.
Just make sure it's perfect. And now it's time for the fairy dust. This amazing substance is fairy dust. And it magically transforms our ingredients into the perfect Pizza Hut pizza.
Come on.
Okay. Actually, it's a careful blend of cheese.
Right? She starts telling her what this. She's like, "How about if I sprinkle a little bit of this on you?"
Cheese and spice. But it really does give our pizzas that extra delicious touch. And we're very careful about the number of shakes we use. You can check the spec chart for the right amount.
Speaking of delicious,
You really do call it fairy dust.
That's right. And now, you see what a delicious and perfect Pizza Hut pan pizza looks like before it goes into the oven. Now, we just put
looks like shit.
it here on the conveyor.
Those conveyor ovens were never that clean.
Notice how the pizza starts completely outside of the oven. It'll be done in just a few minutes. These ovens are calibrated to perfectly cook a pizza as it travels through the oven. Now, while we're waiting for that to cook, why don't we talk about some of the other products you'll be making?
Great.
First of all, there's thin and crispy pizza. Thin and crispy pizza is the original Pizza Hut
It's thin and it's crispy.
pizza. Of course, it's been fine-tuned over the years, all part of making it great. Now, as far as making the pizza goes, the main difference between thin and crispy pizza and pan pizza is
that this pizza is thin and it's crispy.
dough preparation. Pan pizza dough is portioned in pans and kept under refrigeration, but thin and crispy pizza crusts are made to order. Now, pan pizza proofs individually in the pans, but thin and crispy pizza dough rises in this container. Whenever you get an order for thin and crispy pizza, you have to prepare the crust. The only exception is during...
Look at this fucking canned bullshit, fucking Del Monte sauce, right? Like, this is all, it's like, hey, look, all our shit comes from cans and jars.
During rush times, we might prep a few thin and crispy pizza shells
You know,
in
at least give the illusion that it's fresh.
advance so that we can get them in the oven quickly.
Because our customers count on us to make it fast.
Wrong!
Right, and I'll show you how. Now, do you remember the safety procedures you learned about the dough roller?
I sure do.
Good, because we're going to be putting them into practice right now. First of all, you have to check the calibration of the dough roller to make sure that it delivers the proper dough weight.
See, to me, this would be a job for the dough master, but once again, I don't think they let him come on camera. The fucking dough master, man, that guy's just inappropriate no matter where he is. They tried to have him on, but they're just like, God, we cannot make this work, man. This guy, he's amazing at what he does, but we cannot let anyone know that he works here.
So you estimate about 3 ounces more than the finished dough. It's right here on the dough weight chart. So you pull out a chunk that you
Pull out a chunk. She looked a little confused there. She looked very
estimate
discouraged.
about 3 ounces more than the finished dough.
She's looking. She has no idea what's going on right now. She's only got one thing on her mind right now, right in this picture.
Right here on the dough weight chart. So you pull out a chunk that you estimate is 3 ounces more than the weight on the spec chart. You'll get used to
Reach in and pull out a chunk. Pizza Hut.
making these estimates, but for now we'll weigh the dough out. You form the dough into a flat circular patty by turning the dough around in your hands and folding the outside edge under.
We're so far.
Then you flatten the patty to about 1 inch high by pressing down on top of it.
I don't remember doing that.
Then you drop it into the top chute on the dough roller. Keep your fingers away from the chute and catch it as it comes out. Then you turn it sideways and put it into the lower roller. Make sure that it goes into there evenly.
Got it.
All right, as it comes out, you catch it on the back of your hands, being careful not to pull it or stretch it. That would cause
Unless we're talking about me.
thin spots or tearing, and we'd have to start all over. Then you place the dough evenly in the pan and press it into place, making sure that there are no air bubbles. Next, you trim off the excess dough with the dough trimmer. We keep the scraps separate from the rest of the dough so it can rejuvenate. We can use the excess dough to make more pizzas after it's been in the separate bucket for 2 hours.
The separate bucket.
Now we'd weigh the first shell to make sure the dough roller was set right. You see, if it was set too thick or too thin, the weight would be off. And that's why we make a test shell. We can adjust the dough rollers.
Oh, what a waste.
So that the next one is right on target. Okay.
Look at that shit.
Pre-pan
It's fresh out of the retarder.
and thin and crispy pizza dough should look just like this.
The retarder.
It should reach all the way to the edge, no air bubbles, no holes, and no cracks. If it doesn't look just right, we have to throw it away and start over.
Check.
But this one looks just right. You ready to give it a try?
Sure.
Now, if we were pre-rolling thin and crispy pizza crusts for a rush, that's a busy time like dinner, then we would put a separator in between each one and we would mark the separator with the time that we did it. Pre-rolled thin and crispy pizza crusts are only good for 30 minutes because after that they start to dry out. So we throw away any
And then we just feed them to the dough master.
pre-pan dough that we don't use right away.
We'd really throw it away?
You bet, if it's over 30 minutes old. Also, we use the first ones we made before the last ones. We call this our first in, first out procedure. That way the customers never get anything less than the best.
And they're none the wiser.
But say we were going to use this dough right away, then we would perforate it.
Perforate it?
Right, with this perforator. We only perforate the bottom of the dough, not the sides. So you make one firm pass over the surface of the dough, and then one right up the middle. That prevents bubbles, and then you're done.
And how do we do toppings for thin and crispy pizza?
Exactly the same way you did for a pan pizza. There's no difference in toppings for a pan pizza and a thin and crispy
Man, I don't remember this stuff being explained to me so clearly and concisely.
pizza, except that you go right to the edge with your sauce and cheese and toppings. We don't leave a half-inch border.
Like we did when we topped the pan.
I mean, I delivered pizzas. I didn't really make them, but I remember them showing me how to make stuff, and I don't remember it being this concise.
Pan pizza.
Right. Which, by the way, is out of the oven. Come on, I'll show you how to take it out and serve it. We always use a pan gripper, and we always wait till the pizza is completely...
Did I work for a bootleg pizza? I did. Yeah. Actually, the one I worked at, it's still standing, and I know a lot of Pizza Huts these days have switched off to because Pizza Huts used to be like, it was like the restaurant experience, right? And since then, in the past like 20 something years or whatever, Pizza Huts have switched over to more of the carry out delivery mode. But that one I worked at is still there, and it's still one of the original restaurant style Pizza Huts. The one in Crown Point. I think it's still there.
out of the oven before we remove it. You see, we wouldn't want the pizza to be undercooked. Anyway, When any pizza is completely out of the oven to the last inch, we check it for quality. It has to look great or it doesn't go to the customers.
This one looks great to me.
It does.
Hands off, bitch.
It's completely cooked. All pan pizzas should be golden brown and the cheese should be thoroughly melted. See? Just like on the cooking chart. If it doesn't look great,
that's the best kind.
See? Just like on the cooking chart.
I like it when it's charred. What a fucking twat. That is a perfectly good pizza. What is wrong with you?
Doesn't look great, we start over. All our pizzas stage or set for 30 seconds before cutting. We'll use this cutting board. And this rocker knife. Be sure to hold it like this.
Okay, so I do very specifically remember this part.
And cut all the way through.
Yeah, you get this big rocker knife.
The crust. This is a medium pizza, so
okay, so this was one of the most stressful things I remember from that job. Outside of the asshole management. So you had pizzas coming out of that conveyor belt oven, and if you were busy, you had to keep up, man. Like, you had to pull the pizza out of the pan, throw it on the fucking table, cut it, box it. Meanwhile, you got like 10 other pizzas coming out that thing. Holy shit, man. I used to see that oven get backed up. It was pandemonium. It was insanity.
gets cut into 8 slices. A small gets cut into 6, and a large gets cut into 12. Now, if it's a carryout, you have to use one of those boxes. Make sure to use a box support and an insert. If the pizza is going to be served here, you'll put it back in the pan and place the pan and a spatula on a cork pad in the pickup area. The server will do the rest.
No, the customer will do the rest. When they bite into...
I can't tell you how many times we accidentally I remember boxing up a pizza that was supposed to go to somebody who was dining in. We had to there's no way we're going to cook it again. So we used to carefully slide it out of the box back into a pan.
My delicious pizza.
At Domino's, we have a 3-layered oven. It gets fucking insane during rush sometimes. Oh, I bet. What? This chick, man.
No, the customer will do the rest. When they bite into my delicious pizza.
Oh, they're going to bite into something delicious, that's for sure.
Delicious pan pizza and delicious thin and crispy pizza. What more could a customer want?
Personal pan pizza.
What?
That's another important product you'll need to know about.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Personal pan pizza is a smaller version of our popular pan pizza, like the one we just made. It's a lunchtime favorite because...
I remember one time, all these stories are coming back now. So, when you would dine in, they would serve the pizzas on these pallets, had a handle on it. And it kind of looked like a ping pong paddle. And I remember one time I took the paddles for the small pizza, and I kept telling this one dude, I kept telling him I was going to smack him on the ass with it, and he kept avoiding me all night, one of the cooks. And it was at the end of the night, man, and I snuck up on him and I smacked him in the ass with it, and it busted over his ass. That's what I remember. That's basically what happened at the Bootleg Pizza Hut.
It gives our customers that big pizza flavor in a lighter lunchtime size. And it's also ready fast, which is very important to our lunchtime customers.
I've had that before. I bet you make a whole bunch of those every...
There was a lot of grab-assing at the Bootleg Pizza Hut.
Day. We do. And that's why, depending on our prep list, we're going to be pre-topping some of them for the lunch rush.
That's a good idea. Do we make them the same way as we make the larger pan pizzas?
Almost,
No.
but there are a few important differences. First of all, we stamp...
Yeah, technically a rapist. Especially since I threatened him, right? I told him I was going to do it, and then I did it. Right? That somehow makes it worse. It's like, you got yourself a spanking coming, boy.
Personal pan pizza doughs after they've been proofed to give them the right shape and get them ready for topping. Also, because the topping amounts are much
He was asking for it. That's right. You should have seen the way he was dressed.
smaller, we use scoops to measure them. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same. But we'll be going over personal pan pizzas in more detail later.
Sounds good. There sure is a lot to know about making it great.
I'll show you what you need to know to be a professional. For now, just keep in mind that it's your job to make sure...
Okay, so if I would have worked at a place and like I would have unironically used the current marketing slogan on my first day, I think they would have fired me out of principle. I used to work at Boiler Room in Logan Square for a while. They had a carousel-style spinning oven, and there was a small gap where if you fucked up sliding it, it would incinerate it. Sliding it in, it would incinerate it.
Sure our customers get the best quality pizza we can give them.
Was it like one of those like those brick ovens or those stone ovens that get super hot? They get like 900 degrees or some shit.
Every time they're here, with no shortcuts and no compromises. And everything you need to know will be waiting right here to guide you. Just remember to follow the instructions exactly and you'll be just fine.
And so will the pizzas, right?
Right. Now, are you ready to try your hand at topping a thin and crispy pizza?
Hey, I'm not just making pizza, I'm making it great.
Ugh.
Now, let's go over the special topping procedures for hand-tossed traditional pizza. It has several unique ingredients, so there are some special ways that we make it great.
It was like a giant wheel with 3 layers. It cooked the pizza in 3 rotations. Yeah.
Now, the dough master will have pre-portioned and panned the dough.
Yeah, the dough master's done a little bit more than that with that dough. Let's just say you don't want to know.
So when you remove it from the refrigerator, just check it for quality and make sure the dough extends all the way to the bottom of the rim. For saucing, you'll spread on some of our special hand-tossed traditional pizza sauce to between the first and second perforation marks from the outer edge. Be sure that you don't go beyond that outer perforation mark.
Or you're fucked. The dough master will take revenge on you.
Then you'll distribute the bottom cheese out to that same line. Then the toppings go on to within ½ an inch of the edge. Now when you distribute the top cheese, be sure once again that you don't go beyond that outer perforation line. And make sure that the cheese and toppings completely cover the sauce. As always, avoid center loading. Then you'll clean up the outside edges and shake on the proper amount of fairy dust, just like we do with pan pizza and thin and crispy pizza.
His bottom cheese.
Don't worry, all of these instructions are included on the station guides. And the job aids near the make table will give you the proper ingredient amounts. That's all there is to it.
That pizza will give them a reason to come back.
There's one more product you need to know about.
Shut up! Just smacks her. You gotta smack her. Keep her on her toes. She's a little too happy. A little too confident in herself. Needs to be taken down a notch or 2.
That's a rich double-crust Italian pie, and customers can choose from a variety of delicious fillings.
That sounds delicious. Do we make it the same way as we make pizza?
Sort of. When we make Priazzo, we use 2 layers of dough. First, we fill the bottom dough with hand-tossed traditional sauce, and/or filling, according to the order.
I don't remember this shit.
Then we add the triple cheese blend, according to the spec chart.
Is it like a half-assed deep dish?
Then we roll, perforate, and layer.
Boiler Room also had Jameson on tap. They were the biggest seller of it outside of the distiller. Really? Yeah, Jameson on tap, ladies and gentlemen.
On the top dough.
Speaking of that, I haven't had Jameson in a while, but I haven't had maybe tomorrow or something. I'll have a nice glass of bourbon on the rocks. I haven't touched bourbon in many, many, many months. And I've got 2 bottles. I got a bottle of Eagle Rare, and I got a bottle of Colonel Taylor. So I'll just have to decide.
And we top that dough with the proper sauce using a personal pan pizza spoon. We add more cheese blend and top that with fairy dust.
Do we cook it the same way as we cook pizza?
Well, we use one of these heat pins to make sure all the ingredients are complete.
You got so hammered with the manager after many shifts in the back with the other cooks. I'd imagine you'd have to.
Completely cooked. The heat pin helps make sure the heat is evenly distributed, but otherwise the cooking procedure is the same.
What is that ungodly abomination?
That's some pie.
Yeah, that's some pie. Well, let me show you a pie. That's right. Please rewind tape before removing from machine. 1972. Oof. Okay. Well, let's see. We have Del Taco training, which I know Del Taco is more of like a West Coast. I don't know if it's just California. And then we got Hardee's. Lots of Hardee's. We have an anti-union Walmart employee training video. I wonder if this is the video that they did where the actor, it's an anti-union video, but the actors they hired were all SAG members. Go Hardee's. Got quite a bit of Hardee's. Let's do that.
Having a big day today. Get your coffee for you here, and we'll see that you get on your way.
Get that fuck out of
here. There we go. There you are, Peter. Thank you. We get a lot of customers like Peter who are regulars. But the restaurant business is very competitive. There are a lot of very good people in their industry who are working very hard to make sure their restaurant is the customer's choice. To become the public's favorite takes good food, cleanliness, and good service. Good service involves much more than just getting...
We had Hardee's out here. They didn't last long, though. I just remember that. They didn't last very long. There might be some... I don't know. Are there any Hardee's within like a 50-mile radius? I don't even know anymore. Well, this is 80s. That's when they were still like trying to pass themselves off as like legitimate, eateries, establishments.
Food from the back line to the customer. It means serving the customer. It means seeing your restaurant as your customer does.
Yeah, Carl's Jr. Yeah, you're right. I remember when I was out in Arizona that time, it was like Hardee's, Carl's Jr. Like it's the same company.
Treating the customer in a way that leaves him feeling good about himself, about you, and about Hardee's.
There used to be one on the toll road. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably one in Orland or something. I don't know. There's always shit in Orland.
Thank you, and come back to Hardee's.
Very nice suggestive selling, Jim.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome to Hardee's. Our service procedure on the front line and the
Is that a cash register? Look at that thing.
drive-through service are designed to maximize our level of service. But good service is more than just following the book. Our service procedures require your
He's clearly reading off a giant cue card.
Enthusiasm, your sincerity.
I mean, even with this crappy quality, I can tell that.
Your human touch to bring them to life. These procedures don't deal with handling hamburgers, buns, or condiments. They deal with handling people. We've identified some...
But if you want to handle buns, there were two actually, one on each side, really. And there was a tunnel that connected them under the highway. That's weird. Go under the tunnel with the two Hardee's. That's when you know you've reached your destination.
Some of the service skills you'll want to keep in mind. The way you look to customers and the way you look at them means a lot. Maintain good eye contact and smile.
Would you like a big cookie with that?
Be careful with eye contact, though. Some customers may take that as as confrontation. They may think you're inviting them to a battle or a rumble, perhaps. Be ready for the rumbles.
That order.
Yes, please.
Fine.
The way you say something can mean as much as what you say. Speak in a friendly, outgoing way. Know your job, be a good team player, and concentrate. Your customers will know whether you're on the ball. Move quickly.
$3?
If you can...
Damn, girl, you got yourself a dumper on you.
a sense of enthusiasm and urgency about getting the order to your customer, the customer will feel important and will appreciate it. And sell. You're a host,
is your fine ass at change,
a server, and a salesman. Our cinnamon and raisin biscuits are homemade, so let your customers know we're proud of them. And be sure to tell your customers about any special promotions we may be running. The customer's first
that was giving me a hearty.
Impression of Hardee's is formed before he even comes in the door. The way the grounds around your restaurant look can affect a customer's
You missed this shit, Tom.
appetite. The times that form lasting impressions of Hardee's in our customers' minds are our moments of truth. The customer's first impression of you is a crucial moment of truth. When the customer arrives, don't wait for him to talk. Smile and greet him.
Smile and greet the customer.
Make him feel welcome. Look pleasant.
Offer to take off his shoes.
Remember, you're making a first impression. You'll find that if you learn the names of your regular customers and greet them by name, they'll appreciate it and will remember you too. Customers are turned off.
What kind of accent is that? Is it like a southern... Dinkos. What the fuck is Dinkos?
By a greeting that sounds like a memorized speech.
Welcome to Dinko's, home of the Dinko Delight. How may I be of service to you today?
If you vary what you say in your greeting of customers, you'll sound more sincere. Sincerity is one of those things that people can't easily describe, but they know it when they see it.
Can I take your order, please?
The key to being sincere is to be yourself. Even though we want to smile and greet our customers as soon as they approach the serving counter, it's not always appropriate to ask for their orders right away. Many people will know exactly what they want when they come in. But if you notice the customer gazing at the
Oh, God. You always got one of these holding up the fucking line.
menu board, give him a minute. Or suggest a sandwich he might like.
Hi.
Got fucking Alex Karras here, a.k.a. Mongo, a.k.a. George Papadopoulos, putting in an order.
Need some help deciding? How about a big deluxe sandwich and an apple turnover? What's on a...
Alex Karras, whose family had a very popular car dealership in Gary. Karras Auto.
Big deluxe. Okay, you get mayonnaise, pickles, lettuce.
I don't know if it was Karras. It's probably Karras, whatever the, Karras Oldsmobile. I'm not sure. Karras Chevy.
Selling can often help the customer. It can encourage him to sample something on our menu he hasn't tried yet. And it builds our business. Now you're ready to take the order. This may be a good time to ask the customer if he plans to eat in the dining room. If you have someone to help you, they'll know right away whether to get a tray or a bag. Other appropriate times are when you smile and greet him, or after you finish taking the order. Pay attention to what the customer says while ordering, so you're sure you're getting
So you actually get the order. Don't just stare at them and drool.
the order right.
Fries and a small Coke. That be a large fry? Yes.
Suggesting a large size when the order does not specify size is called selling up.
That's right. Get them fat. Oh, my God. I wouldn't last 2 seconds with that thing. Holy shit. Look at that Chinese calculator.
Enter the order on your terminal, being sure to clarify sizes. Save any other questions you may have so the customer can keep his train of thought.
That big for here? Yes.
When the customer is through, ask whatever questions you may still have.
Out of 5?
If you did not have an opportunity to sell up, suggest something to round out the meal, an add-on, like a big cookie.
Look, an add on that ass, man. Man, what's up with all these ladies and their dumpers?
That's suggestive selling too. Avoid the phrase,
Is that all?
it encourages the customer to stop right there. Suggestive selling is just that, a suggestion. We don't want to turn our customers off by being pushy about it. So limit your suggestions to one sell-up or one add-on. Be positive in your approach, learn the best timing for your suggestions, and as always, be pleasant. One thing to remember is that we never suggestive sell to children. Children are much too susceptible to suggestions and may not realize that we're offering to sell them something, not give it to them.
That just, yeah.
When you total the order, tell the customer the amount due.
Fry and a milk. Okay.
Did he say a fry and a milk? Ugh.
That'll be $2.59.
If the customer has his money ready, take it then. If not, begin assembling the order. This accomplishes two things. It's an efficient use of time, and it relieves the customer of being in the uncomfortable position of fumbling for change while you and other customers watch and wait. When the customer gives you money, repeat the amount.
I mean, it's $2.59. You ain't got fucking 3 singles, dude. Yeah, you ain't got 2 singles and some quarters.
And the amount.
You dip your fries in the milk. Oh, God, that should be an executable offense.
He's given you.
Okay, that'll be $2.59 out of 5.
Place whatever bills the customer gives you across the drawer and leave them there until he acknowledges receipt of his change.
That way they don't try to fucking scam you. Tell them that they gave you more than you actually got.
There's no room for confusion about how much you were given if it's kept separate from the rest of the money in the cash drawer.
That's 41. 1 and 2.
When making change, be very methodical. Do one thing at a time. It may take a bit longer, but you're less likely to make a mistake. Don't hesitate to ask your manager for help in a situation like this. When receipt of the change is acknowledged, place whatever bills you were given in their proper slots, all facing the same direction, and close the cash drawer. Remember to repeat all to-go orders to be sure you've included everything.
Thank you, and come back and see us.
We began assembling dining room orders by...
You know, isn't it funny, like you look at the employees of all these fast food restaurants in the 80s, and they're all like grown-ass adults. But yeah, you hear these assholes today who are like, oh, you're not supposed to get, you shouldn't get $15 an hour. Fast food jobs are for kids. They're for teenagers. That's what that's always been like.
By placing a paper tray liner on a clean plastic food tray. The proper order to follow when assembling orders is beverages first, then sandwiches or platters. Move items from the transfer cabinet to the customer's tray, using one hand for each item. Desserts.
Oh shit, them styrofoam burger containers.
And
those things are probably still sitting in a landfill.
Then side orders. Be careful not to let cold items touch hot items on the tray. It's best to place sandwiches in the center, side orders such as French fries on one side and drinks on the other side.
Get that fucking milk out of there.
Whenever possible, keep French fries and hash browns upright by leaning them against a sandwich box on the tray. When the order is assembled, slide the tray toward the customer with a smile. We close the order with a thank you and an invitation to come back to Hardee's. Of course, the assembly procedure is different for takeout orders, but we still begin by preparing the drinks. If there are 2 or more drinks to an order, put them in care.
Wow, I'm gonna wait. I gotta go to the next video. This guy's putting me to sleep. Blockbuster training. I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna see if we can go like maybe another half an hour, maybe. Pollos Hermanos. There is like a fake employee training video that they put out for that, I think.
Oh, excuse me.
Where you're going, bitch.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Harris. I didn't see you come in. I haven't seen you in a week or so. Have you been out of town or something?
Oh, no. Our VCR was just in for repairs again. It was awful.
Oh, I wonder if it went to lightning fast VCR repair.
Can you imagine trying to make conversation with Mr. Harris? Well, anyway, it's back now.
Good. You know, we have a lot of different movies you might not have seen before. Can I help you find anything in particular?
Oh, thanks. I'll just look around. I'm sure I'll find something.
Pretending like I'm working.
Phil, Marie. Hey, let's wake up.
Oh, who are you?
The name's Buster. Buster Sales.
Buster. Buster Hyman.
Our trailer tape must have jammed.
I am no tape. See?
On the money. Hey! And on video cassette.
Well, what are you doing here?
I am a professional opportunist.
That doesn't sound very nice.
No.
This guy's a groomer.
No, not that kind of opportunist. You see, I'm one of the world's greatest authorities on opportunities. I find people who need help, and I help them. And clearly, you need some help, especially with finding opportunities.
I know an opportunity when I see it.
Sure. Like the time Mrs. Harris's son, Brian, asked you out. And you turned him down to go to Jane Allworth's stupid slumber
Oh, man, now he's just crossed the line into creep territory now.
party.
Shh, not so loud. God, his mother is right over there. And anyway, how was I supposed to know he was that hunk friend of Tyler's with the beautiful eyes?
And the tickets to the Bon Jovi concert.
I don't want to discuss that.
Is that one of the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movies back there? Is that Rick Moranis and a dog? I don't even know what that is. What movie is that?
Don't worry, she can't hear us. And it's a good thing. Last week you had an opportunity to rent Mrs. Harris a Blockbuster VCP.
Oh, while hers was being fixed? Yeah, but she doesn't need one now. She needed one last week.
So, you had an opportunity to tell her about your rental units 2 weeks ago. Then she'd have known she could rent a VCP from Blockbuster when she needed one.
Yeah, well, I could go tell her now.
Good idea. Oh, and
Honey, I Shrunk That Kid.
ask her how Brian's doing while you're at it. You might still have a chance with him. We'll talk more about opportunities later.
And if Brian's not pulling his weight in the old, you-know-what department, I'll give you some pointers.
Oh, Mrs. Harris, I wanted to remind you that we have video cassette players for rent. So if you ever have to put yours in for repair again, you can just stop in here and pick one up.
Well, good. I'm glad to know that. I'll do that next time. Well, as usual, you're out of the new releases I wanted.
Oh, I'm sorry. What movie did you want?
Disappointing.
Well, actually, I wanted to see Sean Connery in The Hunt for Red October, but you're out.
Well...
Oh. That's what she's doing. She's looking for a good bean flick.
I'm sure we have some copies coming in later today. And we probably have some other Sean Connery movies. By the way, how's Brian?
Oh, he's fine.
Have you ever seen Highlander 2, The Quickening?
Actually, I thought he might be meeting me here. He has some friends coming over tomorrow night, and I guess he's counting on Mom's delivery service to pick out the music videos. Will you help me here? What do you think I should pick out?
Yeah, let's rely on Mom to fucking pick out the music. Fucking dork.
No, I don't think this one.
No?
Yeah, I think I'd go with those two, plus this one. Well, tell Brian I said hi.
Okay.
And I'll see you when you bring those back.
We've got all the faces of death.
And you think you can spot an opportunity?
Now what? I told her about the VCP rentals, and I helped her pick out a tape.
And that's fine. But didn't you miss something?
What, like a chance to meet Brian?
No. Look at it this way. You have Sean Connery. You add Mrs. Harris's interest. And what do you get? You get more rentals and a happy customer.
I told her we had other Connery movies.
But can you name one? Could you have placed a Connery tape in Mrs. Harris's hand?
I guess so, but sometimes I forget the titles.
Look at it this way. There's 3 basic steps. Remember?
Yeah, no shit. I think some people get a little nostalgic about the video stores, and I get that, but, I mean, let's be honest. If video stores just made some return all of a sudden, I'd go like one time just for nostalgic reasons. I'd never go back.
To listen to your customers, because they're giving you clues about their needs. Second, think how Blockbuster can solve those needs.
I mean, I think the only type of rental stores that are still around are just like maybe some small mom and pops which is kind of funny because, you know, when Blockbuster came, they ran a lot of those small mom and pops out of business, and now that's kind of all that's left. Because, you know, they have niche things. I'm glad Blockbuster's gone. Yeah, I don't miss it.
And third, act with good customer service.
Yeah, there was a local video store that I grew up with that was like within walking distance from where I grew up. And it was called Nickelodeon. It was a video rental store. It was like the first one in the area, and it was a mom and pop business. And then Blockbuster and Hollywood Video came in, ran them out of business. And then like maybe about a year after they went out of business, the building mysteriously burned down.
Get the picture? Look at this list of 50 best videos and commit them to memory. Get to know popular actors and all their movies.
Oh, that's a great idea. I'll go tell Brian's mom. I mean, Miss Harris.
Don't be pushy.
Yeah, I remember Box Office. Yeah, that was another one.
Just be helpful.
Okay, have this back Saturday night before midnight.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Or when I slit your fucking wife's throat. Bye.
Oh, hi, Kristen. How's it going?
Pretty bogus, actually. I'm babysitting again this weekend. Babysitting's such a drag.
I know how you feel. So you ready to check out?
Sure.
What now?
You want to keep an eye on this. I see an opportunity coming.
Hey.
Yeah, that was Blockbuster. That was their big thing. They didn't have adult movies because they're all like, we're family friendly. That's like, yeah, man, but I want to go to the porn section that's behind the beaded curtain. Right? That back room that's got the beaded curtain separator.
Are you okay? You look a little freaked out.
Huh? Oh, yeah, I was just checking the monitor. That's all. Now, let's see. Oh, I see.
See what? What? Like, am I on hidden videos or something?
No. Hey, Chris.
Family Video, and they just recently went under. They were one of the last ones. I thought they were like they were like a big Christian company or something. They had a huge porn section. I mean, that's probably what kept them going.
So haven't you checked this video?
But even then, it's like the kind of people you're going to get coming in there for porn are like people who are looking for like vintage porn, like those kind of guys.
Out several times before?
Yeah, at least 5 times. I mean, I could have bought it by now, you know?
Why don't you buy it? You know, all our tapes are for sale.
No kidding? That's great, I'll take it. Oh, and you know what else?
It'll be $78.
My little brother Spike has a birthday coming up. He's a regular
Your little brother's name is Spike?
Star Trek maniac. He wears Spock ears to school and everything. But if I only knew which
He's a regular pussy hound.
show he wanted, I could buy it for him now.
Hey, why don't you rent a tape now and then see if he mentions one of his favorite episodes to you?
Oh, geez, that's a great idea. Now I don't
This is so unrealistic. Nobody had a sister that thoughtful.
have to give him a Vulcan mind nut or something. Hey, where are your Star Trek videos?
Oh, Brett can show you where.
Hi,
I'll
I'm
just
Brett.
hold these for you. See you, Chris.
I'm gonna pee my pants. Look at him. Look, he looks so nervous. Fucking Brett. I bet he just changed his pants. The guy can't stop pissing himself.
Thanks. And I'll just hold these for you. See you, Kristen.
I made pudding in my pants again.
So, how was that?
Not bad. 1 out of 2. Not bad.
What do you mean, 1 out of 2?
Well, you rented and sold Kristen all the tapes she wanted. And that was great. But what about Spike?
Oh, that. Oh, don't worry.
Fuck
She'll be
Spike.
back. She just wanted to figure out which tape you wanted.
She doesn't have to. we have a great solution for customers that aren't sure about the perfect gift.
Oh, you're right. I always forget about the gift certificates until after they've left. I should practice that list.
You remember, I don't know if you guys remember Blockbuster Music? Remember, like the actual like record or like a store, you get like just CDs, and it was cool and hip because you could go in and like sit down and like put some headphones on and listen to whatever CD you wanted. It was so cool and hip.
Listen, think, act. Right?
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
End of part 1. How long is part 2? Oh, it's 9 minutes. Oh, this guy's a problem.
What's for dinner tonight, sweetheart?
You don't like fish?
Excuse me, is there something I can help you find?
Oh, I doubt it. I'm a 60s movie buff, and I've been to 8 video stores in the last 3 days looking for the last movie, I don't know the name, that had both Peter Sellers and Woody Allen in it. Nobody has it.
That would be Casino Royale. It's a spoof on James Bond films.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, now that I know the title, all I have to do is find it.
Oh, I don't know. That's a pretty rare title. Let's take a look.
Oh, great.
Oh, fuck off.
Buster, what's up?
Blockbuster carries thousands of titles, but they're not all in every store. You could make this a lot easier on yourself, plus show your customers how to find almost any movie they're looking for. Got it?
Got it.
You got it? Where?
No, I mean, I've got a great idea. Have you ever seen our gigantic catalog called Video Log? It's got every movie title that's on video.
You mean there are more titles than what you have here?
That's right. Come on, I'll show you. Oh, here it is. Casino Royale. You know, if you ordered this today, it would probably be in by the end of the week. Then I could call you, and you would be the proud owner of the last movie with Sellers and...
Yeah, I don't miss this shit. This man is clearly a sex offender.
Allen.
Fantastic. That's just what I need for my collection.
Oh, what movies do you collect?
Comedies and...
Snuff films.
I'm just starting a
starring Peter Sellers and Woody Allen.
Sellers series. I really don't know much about his films.
Oh, he's one of my favorites, especially in The Pink Panther.
Yeah.
Hey, why not consider renting Return of the Pink Panther?
Oh, I haven't seen that in years. Great idea.
Okay, I'll go get you a copy.
Okay.
This guy's getting really excited.
Hey.
Wait do I tell Mother I talked to a woman, a female today? Maybe she'll let me bathe her. Oh, she's finally lost it. Oh, I saw Seagal back there. Yep, there's Clint Eastwood.
Just trying to get your attention.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd rather you stick with the whistle. What is it this time? I found the man his movie.
Yes, and you're still batting 500.
How so?
You remember? Listen, think, act?
Right. Peter Sellers Comedy Movies for Rent.
Good. Now think again.
PVT tapes. That's right. Pink Panther movies are for sale.
There you go. So maybe you could show him the PVT tapes?
You dumb broad. Oh, God, you're still in the fucking store, lady?
Okay, here's your tapes and your popcorn and your Raisinets. You'll be a real hit with Brian and all his friends. Oh, and don't forget, have these back Saturday by midnight.
Okay, thanks. Oh, and if you see Brian, tell him Mom's Delivery Service has him covered.
Okay.
Thanks for all your help. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, no.
Hey, what's the big idea? Oh, you again. Look, I haven't missed an opportunity in at
This guy is such a groomer.
least 15 minutes.
No, you've been doing great. But there's a real challenge coming your way. This isn't going to be your ordinary opportunity.
Well, I'll be fine. It's just a matter of listening, thinking, and acting on it. There's nothing to it.
Good. And remember, anything a customer says or does can be a clue. And sometimes you have to listen very carefully to hear an opportunity.
Thanks, but I think I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah, we'll see. Here comes Marge
You're
Simpson.
gonna fuck up sooner or later, lady. Don't worry. I'll make sure of it.
You know, the one that keeps trying to introduce you to her son, Doug.
I'll get you written up sooner or later.
Doug's a nerd.
Yeah, maybe so. But Mrs. Simpson is an opportunity. If you can
She's got a set of cans on it like you wouldn't believe.
find it.
Hello, Mrs. Simpson.
Hi, Marie. Marie, have you ever met my son, Douglas?
Hi, Doug.
Hello, Marie.
Hello, Marie.
So, looks like you have everything you wanted?
Yes, but sometimes I just can't make up my mind. You have such a large selection.
I know. We have over 6,000 titles in our store.
Problem is, my husband, Richard, he just goes bananas if I spend more than $10 on movies.
He put my head through the wall last week.
Of course, he spends that on fishing lures and never thinks twice about it. And I really wanted 2 more tapes.
$10
I've been saving up for a gun.
limit. Why don't you just come in the store more often? You get 2 or 3 more tapes each week. That way you'd stay below your husband's $10 limit and you'd get to see more movies each month.
Well, you are so helpful and clever. Doug, isn't she sweet?
She's sunshine on a cloudy day.
Right. Is there anything else I can get you? We have a special on microwave popcorn.
No, I don't think so. Besides, honestly, I don't think that old clunker of a VCR is going to make it through all these tapes. The picture just isn't
Oh, she's gonna be like, oh, we rent fucking VCRs, lady. We got you covered.
clear anymore.
Don't even think about it.
Well, I don't think about it, Marie, but it really is getting bad.
Have you cleaned your VCR heads recently?
No. Come to think of it, I don't think we ever have.
Well, they say you should every 20 hours or so. This is what we use on ours here in the store.
Oh?
I think it does a really good job.
Well,
What's this kid's name again?
maybe I'll give it...
Doug? Or what was his name? I just figured he cleaned the VCR because all these crusty tissues laying around it all the time.
a try.
Okay, that'll be...
$15.84.
Right, $15.84.
Here it is, 15, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, come along, Doug.
Goodbye, Marie. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
He has a way with words, doesn't he?
Bye.
Bye.
Don't forget, Saturday before midnight. So, how was I?
You were terrific. Now, are you ready to go out on your own?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, I almost missed out on that opportunity with Mrs. Simpson.
But you didn't. So tell me, what have you learned?
Well, to listen to the customers very
Don't trust Whitey.
carefully, and to think, because anything they do or say may be signs of their needs,
Lord loves a working man.
and to act on the opportunities once you see or hear them. And then to give the customers the kind of service they expect. That's about it, isn't it?
You've defeated him.
Well, that takes care of that. I guess now I'm the opportunity expert.
Okay already. I should have told him about the VCP rentals and cables.
Joan?
Oh, Marie.
Have we found a little friend to talk to?
Oh, friend? Oh, no. I was...
Right.
Hi, Marie.
Oh, Brian Harris. You just missed your mom, but I helped her pick out some great
Brian looks like he's about 27.
videos. I hear you're having a little get-together over at your house.
Yeah.
Hey, just remember, listen, think, and act. And, tell Buster I said hi. So, let me show you his photos.
Good old Buster. All right, that's enough for me. We've gone 2 hours, basically. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thanks, Jay. And Garrett. And anybody else who watches. This is just very impromptu. We'll still be doing the regularly scheduled plump this Saturday night. Maybe looking at some of those Al Goldstein clips. I've already got quite a few of them that I found. But see you next week. Or next week. We'll see you on Saturday, probably. So mark it in your calendar. Mark it in your Rolodex. Yeah. I'm just going to end it. This is an unofficial technical difficulty stream, so we will see you later.